What's for dinner? Hey everyone, I'm Chef Z and welcome back to another episode of Chef Z Cooks. The time has finally come and the video that you guys have all been waiting for. Are we ready? We're going to be making some Dominican chimis or Chimi Dominicanos. And of course, as you guys can probably guess, this is most definitely part of my Dominican street food series. Now, for those of you who don't know, a Dominican chimi is essentially a Dominican burger or a Dominican sandwich, but like a beefed up sandwich, because you can make it with either ground beef or you can make it with some steak. The key is to keep it fairly inexpensive, and you also want to get that meat nice and thin. Now listen, there's a ton of different ways of making chimis. In fact, that's the beauty of it, because depending on which chimi truck you get, it really depends on how it's going to taste, because everyone has their little secret sauce, secret seasoning, and today I'm going to be sharing all of my secrets. Let's go ahead and get started. Making a Dominican chimi is actually really easy, and I'm going to be using Portuguese bread to make my chimichurri, but you can use whatever kind of bread that you want. We're going to kick things off by making the special sauce, and all it is ketchup and mayonnaise, and you can make this sauce with however much ketchup or mayonnaise that you want. I personally like a little bit more ketchup than mayonnaise. We're going to mix that all together until it's well combined, and we're going to set that off to the side. And now I want to call special attention to the cabbage. As you see here, I have thinly sliced my cabbage, and you can do this a few ways. You can do this the old-fashioned way by using a knife, or you can use a mandolin slicer. In the end, you do want to be careful, but you also want to make sure to slice it really nice and thin, and you want to do the same thing with the onions. We're now going to pickle them ever so slightly by adding some white vinegar, some water, and a tiny bit of salt. Now, I personally like my cabbage a little bit on the vinegary side, so I add 2 parts vinegar to 1 part water, but you can add equal parts if you don't like it so vinegary. We're now going to push it down, making sure that everything is sitting in that awesome mixture, because it's actually going to soften the cabbage just a little bit. We're now going to move on, and we're going to prepare the seasoning for the actual chimi. So we're going to take some garlic, we're going to add a pinch of salt because it's going to make the garlic release its juices, and we're going to mash it in a bilong until it creates an awesome paste. Now we're going to take some whole Dominican oregano, and we're also going to mash it into the garlic. Now, fun fact, this is one of the many tried and true Dominican sofrito, and you see all the old heads make it all the time, and it's super tasty. We're now going to add some sopita, which is a chicken bouillon cube, but honestly, you can use your favorite seasoning salt, or you can use some adobo. We're gonna mash that until we have a beautiful paste, and as you see here, the paste is going to be like greenish brownish color. We're now going to move on to seasoning the actual ground beef. Now, do keep in mind that I am using an 80-20 blend, and anytime you're making a burger, you want to use something that's a little bit higher in fat, because it's going to give you a nice juicy burger. We're now going to squeeze just 1/2 of a lime to balance out some of the flavors. Now, I like to go in by hand and mix everything together, and don't worry about overworking the meat or over mixing it. This is not your regular and traditional burger. It's actually a little bit better if you ask me. So now we're going to move ahead, and we're going to start forming our patties to make our chimis, and depending on the type of bread that you make depends on how big or how small you're going to shape them. But the one thing you do want to do is keep them fairly thin. So because I'm using Portuguese bread, obviously my patties are going to be a little bit on the bigger side. And once I finish forming it, I give it just one last pat to thin it out just a little bit, because once we start cooking it, it's actually going to puff up just a little bit and get a little bit smaller. So we're going to repeat everything until we've made all of our patties. Now, fun fact, a Dominican chimi is a chimichurri, not to be confused with the tasting amazing Argentinian sauce. They're 2 very completely different things, which is why I always like to refer to it as a Dominican chimi, just so that people don't get confused. So once we finish making all of our patties, we're gonna very gently just coat our griddle with a little bit of olive oil, and you can do this on the grill or you can do this in a regular pan. And we're going to very carefully place the patties onto the griddle, and I am cooking this over medium heat because I don't want to cook them too fast, but I also want to cook them hot enough so they get a little bit of color. So after about a minute or two, I just like to go in and flatten them just a little bit more because again, they do puff up. And after about 3 minutes, I like to go in and just flip them over. Now, whenever you are making burgers, you don't have to flip them like a million times. You do want to be careful not to overcook it, and obviously you don't want to undercook it either. I think cooking it about 3 minutes on each side is about perfect. And once they're done, we're going to take them off of the griddle, and we're actually going to let them rest for a few minutes while we go ahead and toast our bread. Now again, I'm using Portuguese bread because it's like the closest thing to pan de agua that I could find, but you could use whatever kind of bread, whether it's a hero or just some regular hamburger buns. So after I've toasted that for a few minutes and it's nice and crunchy, I'm gonna go ahead and start building this awesome chimi. So I'm gonna slather enough sauce. I'm gonna be super generous with it because again, I want to mimic the chimi from my favorite chimi truck. So you wanna make sure to put the sauce on both sides. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add the meat. Now listen, you can build your chimi however you want. So you can add all the fixings or you can just add some of them. But when you do add the cabbage, just make sure to drain a little bit of that water vinegar mixture. Now I know that there are some people who don't like onions in their chimis and other people who don't like tomatoes. So again, this is where you can have fun and freestyle it to your heart's content. So once we're done building a chimi, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna top it off with the other piece of bread. And I'm super hungry, but guess what? I'm gonna build just another chimi because I personally like it extra saucy and I like my chimi to have some onions on it. Now, another thing that you can do when you are making these chimis is you can have a lot of fun with it. So the next time you're having some friends and family over, instead of having some taco night, I encourage you guys to have a chimi night and you just prepare all the ingredients and people can build the chimi however they want. In fact, my mom actually likes to add hot sauce to her chimis and it's actually pretty dope and pretty good. So there you guys have it, my recipe for making a Dominican chimichurri. Let me know down in the comment section if you like it and if you want me to add any more videos to this Dominican street food series. And if you have any questions, feel free to visit my website. And until next time, I'm Chef Z y buen provecho. I don't know what that horn sound really sounded like. I'm fully expecting the...
Oh, you mean the sound? I thought you meant you want like an actual trumpet in your hand.
No, está loco. No, I want the funk flex thing.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys, real quick before you leave. I'm in the middle of a crisis. So for my New Yorkers out there, I need to know, what's your favorite chimi truck? Like, spill the tea. I need to know because my favorite one was on 108 and 37 in Corona, Queens. And guess what, guys? They closed up shop, they're retired, and they're no longer there. So I'm in the market for a really good chimi truck. And I would love it if you would guys share where you guys get your chimis, your frituras, your antojito, all that stuff. Comment down below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Now, if you want me to add to this Dominican street food series, simply comment down below and let me know which dish you want me to recreate and add. Now, don't forget to join the Chef Z family because as you can see, we have tons of fun. Click that bell so that you're always notified each and every single time I post an all new video. And I know you're hungry, and lucky for you, there's so many more videos right here.